Hi, everyone. Welcome and thank you so much for joining today. I hope you will have a great time as you and I learn about creating a digital marketing plan. So, before we kickstart this session, I'd like to take the time to introduce myself. My name is Nicole, and I'm a digital skills trainer with Extend based in Cape Town, South Africa. And with me on the call today, I've got Danny, my moderator, who will be assisting you guys on the chat section. So please feel free to engage with us in the chat. And if you have any questions, please do drop them in there as well. So I'll just give it a few more seconds for some more people to join, and then we'll get started.
Hi, Nicole.
Hi, Danny. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but if I'm in StreamYard, I can't see the stuff when I go through on YouTube. But I see the comment from the YouTube link came up, so it's obviously linking. Are you presenting?
Yes, I am. And currently, there are two viewers.
Uh, Bizarre. Uh, let's see here. Because it should link. If I'm on that YouTube link, it should just come through. Let me just go back to YouTube. Just give me a sec. Okay, I can see the screen now. You're presenting.
Yes.
Do you want to go ahead and just do the presentation?
Sure. I'm glad, Jaredson, that you can hear everything. We had some technicality problems. But hi, everyone. Welcome again. And thank you for joining. I hope you will have a great time today as you and I learn about creating a digital marketing plan. So before we kickstart off this session, I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Nicole, and I'm a digital skills trainer with Extend. Um, With me on the call, I have my moderator, Danny, who will be assisting you guys in the chat section. So please feel free to engage with us in the chat. Let us know where you're from, how you're feeling. And if you have any questions, please do drop them in there as well. All right, so let's get started. So, on our agenda today, we'll be covering three topics. We'll start off with an introduction to digital marketing, what digital marketing is, and why it's so useful for businesses. Then we'll move on to building a digital marketing plan. So, how you can actually devise your very own digital marketing plan. And then finally, we'll end off and cover how you can harness the power of digital advertising and how it can benefit your business. So let's take a minute or two to familiarize ourselves with the chat function, which we'll be using during today's session. Hi, the Stern family. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. So I've got a question for you guys. I'd like to know, how do you engage with your customers currently? And more specifically, I'd like to know during this COVID period, how have you been engaging with your customers? Please do let Danny and myself know in the chat. We'd love to hear what you think. All right, so we'll move on to our first topic, which is an introduction to digital marketing. And I've got another question for you guys. So I want to know, what is digital marketing? So at the top of your head, what do you think digital marketing is? How would you define digital marketing? Please let us know in the chat. The Stern family commented, they said through media and not face to face engagement. Good, good. So let's get into what digital marketing is. So, digital marketing, also known as online marketing, is the promotion of brands to potential and existing customers. So, digital marketing concentrates on using the wide range of online tools and technologies available, but the focus should always be on understanding human behavior. So, marketers face new challenges in the digital marketplace, but they also have the opportunity to create personalized, relevant communications and content to develop deep relationships with customers based on ongoing interactions, not once off, but ongoing. So at the end of the day, whatever tool you're using should assist in enhancing or strengthening your relationship with your customer. So we live in a mobile world, and as you can see, we'll just run through some statistics. Jared Stern said online marketing, Stern family said marketing through digital channels. Thank you guys for the response. I really appreciate it. So as I said, we'll run through the statistics. So at the moment, there are 747 million SIM connections in the sub-Saharan Africa, and that's only within the sub-Saharan Africa, not even the entire world. And then we've got 91% of South Africans who own mobile phones, with 80% in Kenya and Nigeria, respectively. And then lastly, some 65% of the active mobile phone users in Nigeria have shopped online, and this number is continuously increasing. So, mobile in particular is changing how we act and behave as humans. We have never been more connected to information, knowledge, and people. And we have the answer to pretty much any questions at our fingertips. So, I know if I don't know anything in particular, or if I need to do some research, then I'll hop onto Google and I'll run a search. So, we have the power to do our own product research online. So, guys, I'd like you guys to take some time and really think about what opportunities might arise from connecting with customers online. What do you think? Please let Danny and myself know in the chat. So there are loads of benefits to being online as a business. And if you know of any benefits, please do drop them in the chat. We are all here to learn. So come on, guys. Let us know in the chat. So here are a few. Um, let's look at the opportunities of what being online are. The Stern family sales. That is so good. Sales. So, firstly, we'll take a look at increased reach. So, global access 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You're able to reach niche audiences. So, you'll be able to allow customers to find your products or services easily. You'll be able to learn about your customers, conduct consumer and market research, and keep up with customer demands and trends within your market. Hi, Grant. Thank you for joining us. Grant says, Grant says you get to connect with a wider audience. That is correct. Better customer service, Jared Stern. Oh, and then finally, communicate and support. So you'll be able to improve your customer service with greater flexibility. You can communicate with your customers and get their feedback on your business. And in some cases, you'll be able to do that within real time. So now we'll take a look at key channels to consider for digital marketing. So there are six distinct ones. So I'll just run through them quickly and then we'll get into detail with them further down the line. So, firstly, is search engine optimization, SEO for short. Then we've got search engine marketing, SEM for short, social media marketing, SMM for short, and then display marketing, email marketing, and then finally, content marketing. So, regarding search engine optimization, that basically means optimizing your website so it shows up more often in search engine results. SEM, search engine marketing, that means paying for advertising to appear in search engines. Then we've got social media marketing is using social networks to gain traffic, attention, and to reach new people. And display marketing is online advertising in many different formats on many websites and across the internet. Then we've got email marketing, collecting and using email addresses to communicate with users. So I don't know about you guys, but if you've ever been on a website and sometimes they'll ask you um, if you would like to sign up for the newsletter, that is basically email marketing, where you give your email address and then you'll see within your inbox content that is generated from the business. So they'll send you emails maybe for promotions or new products. And then we've got content marketing, creating and sharing different types of content, such as blog posts, videos, guides, and infographics to attract attention and to drive sales. So now we'll just take a moment to pause for questions before we move on to the next section. I'd like to take a few minutes to answer any questions you may have. Danny, specifically, my moderator, who is in the chat, will be assisting you guys. So if you've got any questions or if you have any feedback so far, please do drop them in the chat as well. Can you get a copy of this presentation? Danny, will the Stern family be able to get a copy of this presentation? So, Content Marketing Grant has a question and he asks, what is content marketing. So it's a type of marketing that involves the creation of sharing online materials such as videos, blogs, and social media posts, infographics. So basically, social media is an integral part of content marketing. And I see the Stern family asked how long the session will be. It will be for about an hour. Okay, if there aren't any other questions, we'll move on to the next section. So the next section is build your digital marketing plan. So I would encourage you guys to take out a pen and pencil, I mean a pen and paper, or your notepad on your phone or Word on your computer, because this is basically where you'll get to learn the different steps that involves in creating your marketing plan. This is very important, guys. So let's dive right in. So these are the 6 steps to building a digital marketing plan. The first step is setting your business goals and objectives. The second step is setting your budget and resources. And the third step is define your audience. The fourth step, decide what channels, so what platform will you be using. And then step 5 is plan your activity. And then finally, step 6, very, very important, is measuring by using SMART method. So if you don't know what that is, don't worry. Stay tuned because we'll cover that in more detail. Again, we are all here to learn. So if you don't know the answer to a question that I'll be asking, that is fine. So let's get started first. With the first step, it will be setting your business goals and objectives. So business goals and objectives. We have, firstly, we'll start off with an example. So this is Montley, and he is a hairdresser. He owns a hairdressing business, and his goals are to get more customers through his door and make people in his local area know his business exists. So that is his goals. So successful businesses are based on both goals and objectives. Clarify the purpose of your business and identify the necessary actions. So goals are general statements of desired achievements, while your objectives are the specific steps or the actions you take to reach your goal. So here are some examples of online objectives. So firstly, you'll set your objectives with an online focus. So these are just a few examples. Obviously, you may have something different in mind, but if you do, please do share them in the comment section because we'd love to hear from you. So the first is increase traffic to your website. Then you've got increase online sales, increase social media page or likes or follows, and then finally increase online reach and awareness. Remember, these are only some examples of online objectives, and yours might be different depending on your business needs. So, as mentioned, your online objectives are how you reach your business goals. So, they should align with each other naturally. So, as you can see, we've got online objectives on the left hand side and business goals on the right hand side. So if your business goal is to make people aware you exist or make more people aware that you exist, then the parallel objective would be your online objective would be increase online reach and awareness. And if your business goal is to sell more products, then your online objective would then be increase website sales. Similarly, if you would like to be found by more people, then your online objective would be to increase social media page likes and follows from your customers. And that includes both new and potential customers. I mean, old and new customers. So now we'll move on to the second step, which is to set your budget and the resources that you have within your reach. So, budget and resources, what is possible? So, now you actually need to think and consider what is possible with what you have. So, you really need to give yourself an honest statement about what your challenges are. And in this case, we remember the hairdresser Monthly. So um, he said that he doesn't have a website as it's too much of an investment right now. And that is him being honest about his challenges. So now we'll move on to audience. So you really need to define your customers because remember, the more specific you are about your customers, the better you'll be able to reach those specific customers. So now you really need to think about who you'd like to target. So in this case, we're still going with the example of Montley, and he said that he's targeting females within his local area, and his most valuable customers are female above the age of 30 years old. They normally have children and they work part time, and most of them use Facebook. So as you can see from this example, he's actually being very specific. He's targeting females within his local area. They are above the age of 30, they've got kids, they work part time, and they use Facebook. So, again, define your customers. The more specific you are, the better you'll be able to reach those specific customers, as opposed to saying, I'm going to sell to everyone, when in fact, not everyone will be a customer. So, there are specific people who will be attracted to your product or your service. So, make sure to target and reach them. All right, now we'll be moving on to marketing channels. So now you need to think about which ones are right for you. Because remember, not all marketing channels will suit your business goals. So consider which channels work best for you. And you can do this by using your online objectives. So let's take a look at the first one. If your online objective is to increase online reach and awareness, then the marketing channel that you would most likely use is display ads, social media, and content marketing. And if your online goal is to increase web sales as well as to increase traffic to websites, then your marketing channel will be search engine marketing, search engine optimization, and email marketing. And then finally, if your online objective is to increase customer loyalty, then you'll be making use of social media, email marketing, and content marketing. So I hope you guys are still following along and that you have your pen and paper and jotting down some notes. Also, in the comment section, you can let me know um, what your online objectives are and what marketing channels you plan to use. Welcome back, Stern family. Seems they have lost internet connection, but they're back. Now we'll move on to planning your activity. So now you need to focus on the detail and you need to get strategic. So again, we are using Montley, the hairdresser, from our example. And Montley says that his online objectives are to reach more people in his local area and get more returning customers. He doesn't have a website yet, as it's too much of an investment right now. So, how could digital help him out? Good question. If you guys have some answers, please do drop them in the comment section in the chat. Danny and myself would love to hear from you guys. So, here's how you could potentially, this is an approach that he could use to um, approach his challenge strategically. So, firstly, you could list his business on Google My Business and create a free website. That's right, a free website. So now he doesn't have to use his money to pay someone, a developer or designer, to actually create a website. He can just go onto Google My Business and create a website himself for free. He can also set up a Facebook page, and with his Facebook page, he can collect reviews and he can post pictures of his customer he sells, and this will actually attract more customers. He can also use Facebook advertising to target more people in his local area with an offer to attract new customers. And then finally, we've reached step 6, which is measuring. Measuring the smart way. So you actually need to think now. Are your goals specific? Are they measurable? Are they achievable? Realistic? And time bound? The Stern family said he can enlist his business on Google. That is right, Google My Business. Again, if you don't know what the SMART method is, don't worry, we'll get into that in just a bit. So, SMART is an acronym that enables teams and individuals to set goals and succeed. SMART objectives help us to set goals that we are more likely to succeed in and achieve. Instead of plucking ideas out of thin air, the SMART acronym gives us more structure. So the S stands for specific. So, what exactly do you want to achieve? Who, what, when, where, and how? Give your goal as much detail and thought as possible. Then the M stands for measurable. How will you know your goal has been achieved? What metrics show success? Then the A stands for achievable. Do you have the skills? Do you have the time? Do you have the resources to turn this goal into a reality? These are all questions that you need to answer and think about. And then the R stands for realistic. Is the goals likely to be achieved, or is it merely just a dream? And then finally, the T stands for time bound or timely. So, when do you want to complete the goal by? What is the time frame or the end date in mind? Giving goals a date will ensure you're motivated and continuously moving forward. So now that we know what SMART goals are, we will be trying to set one. So in the comment section, you can let us know what your SMART goals are. Danny and I would love to hear from you. So setting SMART objectives help you measure the success of your activity. So firstly, we'll look at our broad objective first. Then we'll take a look at our SMART objective. So our broad objective is to increase online sales. That's not very specific. When do we want to increase the sales by? By how much? Well, let's use our SMART objective. We'll be increasing our sales online by 20% and within 3 months. That's a lot more specific than our broad objective. So if your broad objective is to increase brand awareness, then your smart objective could be to increase your brand awareness on Facebook by growing your audience with new people by 40%. So, again, if you have any questions, please do drop them in the chat, and Danny and myself will respond accordingly. So, let's move on. So, this is a digital marketing plan for Mondli, the hairdresser that we're using in our example. So, Mondli's goal his goal is to reach more people in his local area to get more customers through his door. His audience, females 39 to 45. And remember, previously we said that it's females and they are above the age of 30. Well, now it's been set to more specific 39 to 45 in his local area. But he's not only targeting females that are 39 to 45, he's also targeting past customers. He'll be using search engine optimization and Facebook as his channel. And then his activity will be to build a website and boost visibility on Google. He'll also be using Facebook advertising to target people within his local area. His online objective is to increase online reach, to increase returning customers. Very important. You don't want someone to just buy something from you or use your product once and then never return again. Returning customers are valuable. Then his smart objective is to increase Facebook page likes from new people by 50% within the next month. And then finally, to increase bookings from past customers by 20% in the next quarter. So now we'll be pausing for questions. So if you do have any questions or you've got feedback so far, please do drop them in the chat and Danny and I will respond accordingly. All right, now we'll move on to our final topic for the day, which is to harness the power of digital advertising. So, firstly, we'll get started with search engine marketing. And as you can see, this is the search engine results page. So, we'll be deconstructing the search engine results page. And as you can see, we've got three sections, a yellow section, a blue section, and a green section. So, the first thing that you'll notice is the search query. And the search query is at the top of the page. That is what someone has typed into Google. So, as you can see on our example, it says best compact cameras for travel. Then in the blue section, we've got paid text and shopping ads. So the results are then shown as either ads or organic listing. In this case, ads are paid listings that appear above the organic listings, sponsored, or the ad icon appears next to these. And then finally, we've got organic search listing, which is listed at the bottom in the green section. Organic listings are sites that appear after ads, and these have been optimized to appear at the top of the search. So now we'll take a look at the process for search engine marketing. So firstly, you need to understand your customers. This is what makes everything else happen. Secondly, you need to find keywords. So basically, you'll need to brainstorm some good keywords to bid on, and that might be relevant to your target audience. Thirdly, you'll need to create ad copy. So, in order to create good ads, we need to understand what our target customer wants. And then finally, we need to put it all together. And this might sound intimidating, but it's really simple. And we're going to take you through each step. So hold on tight. So, search engine marketing versus search engine optimization. So, SEO in itself is free, which of course is the main benefit of it. You pay nothing to search engine likes Google. You rank based on relevancy to the search query. Search engine marketing is where you pay, but only when someone actually clicks on your ad. So if your ad serves 10 times but is only clicked on once, you will only pay once. So we optimize by sending relevancy signals to the likes of Google based on our web pages, incoming links, and other factors like reviews. And that is search engine optimization. But with search engine marketing, we just choose the keywords and bid. So it's much easier to be visible for important keywords than SEO. I hope you have your seatbelt on, Grant. So SEO can take a lot of time depending on the nature of the competition and the type of search query. So you're trying to rank for example, ranking on the first page for pizza might take months. But, however, ranking for pizza restaurant Nairobi might only take a few weeks, as it's much more specific and there will be lesser competition overall. Let us know in the comments in the chat, myself and Danny, what do you prefer, search engine marketing or do you prefer search engine optimization? So, how to get started with search engine optimization? So, let's start with organic listings in search. So, the method used to boost your visibility on search engines is called search engineization, SEO for short. So, this process really involves helping Google understand your web pages and creating an experience that is relevant to your website, visitors, or customers. So, how to get started? Firstly, you need to sign up for Google Search Console. So, Google Search Console is a free tool that can help you more accurately learn how to rank on Google search. So, firstly, you'll need to submit your content to Google, you monitor how you're doing, and then Google sends alerts on critical issues. So, it helps identify if there are any issues or errors in your website that will make it hard for Google to rank you highly. And then, next, you should consider submitting a sitemap to Google. This will help Google find your content so the bots understand the structure of your site. This is so when it comes to being indexed, Google understands how your site links together. And then next, we'll look into creating valuable content that your users really want. So you'll need to create unique, accurate page titles. Google really values useful and fresh content that helps its users find what they're looking for. Create good titles and snippets. Use heading tags to emphasize important text. And then another thing, make sure that if someone is clicking on the About page, that it actually goes to the About page, not to another page where it says Contact. So make sure that your titles are correct and that your snippets are correct. So Grant said in the comment section, he said search engine optimization marketing. Kiran said SEO. So again, if you have any questions at this point in time, please do drop them in the comment section in the chat box and Danny will respond accordingly. So now we'll touch on some tips for SEO success. So firstly, there is no shortcut for SEO, so which helps you improve your website visibility to people who are searching for products or services like yours. So conduct keyword research. You can discover and understand what words or phrases people are looking for when they are searching for products and services related to your business. So the title and the meta description are very important because they are both used by the search engine to generate the actual search results for specific pages. So the title is used to generate the first line shown, and the meta description is used to generate the few short sentences that follow. So make sure to publish useful, high quality content. You need to understand your customers and you need to optimize your content to suit their needs. And then make sure your web page is search friendly. On page optimization or changes you can make on your website individual pages can quickly help search engines better understand your content. And then lastly, don't try to speed up the process by trying to sneak in techniques like stuffing your website pages with keywords because Google doesn't like that. And then what are display ads? In the comment section, please do let us know, myself and Danny, what do you think display ads are? We'd love to hear from you. So now that we've had a look at search ads, let's explore display advertising. Kiran says very helpful. Thank you, Kiran. So display ads are typically visual content that are displayed on a variety of publisher sites. So like posters or flyer, but digital. Ads with images, Grant says that is correct. Visual content. So display ads come in all shapes and sizes, predominantly image banners. So there are a few different ad formats available. So for instance, you get text ads, image ads, video ads, and ads across mobile websites. Visual ads can be more effective in getting people to click, as they're often more eye catching and they can stand out. So now I've got a question for you guys. How is display advertising different from search advertising? Please let myself and Danny know in the chat. We would love to hear from you. Please do keep on engaging with us. So now we'll take a look at search advertising versus display advertising. So there's a big difference, as your display ads might be seen almost anywhere on the internet, but your search ads will be limited to search engines like Google and will be text, links, not image ads. So, number one, search is focused around addressing search queries. So, the likelihood to generate sales is higher as we understand exactly what the user is searching for. And then, second, with display advertising, we don't have as clear understanding of what the user is interested in as we're serving the ads against the content that they're viewing. So, for example, Yusuf's Italian restaurant might want to show a banner ad on a food section of the Kenya Times, and this will be to build local awareness. So, now we'll run through the process for display advertising. So, again, if you've got any questions, please do drop them in the chat and Danny will respond accordingly. Or if you have any feedback, please do drop them in there as well. So let's look at the process for display advertising. So firstly, you need to understand your customer. Again, this is what makes everything else happens. Find placement ideas. You need to know where exactly you want to display your ad. Is it at the top of a website or perhaps on the side? Give it some thought. And then finally, create ad copy. In order to create good ads, we need to understand what our target customer wants. Then we need to put it all together. Again, this might sound intimidating, but it's really simple. And we're going to take you through each step. So, what is social advertising? Let us know in the chat. What do you think social advertising is? So, paid advertising on social networks like Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and LinkedIn, also known as paid social media advertising or social media marketing. So, you need to define the channels that social media advertising relates to. You might already have a presence on these platforms, but advertising allow you to find those hard to reach potential customers. So, why should we use social advertising? Do you have an idea? Let me know. I'd love to hear from you. So, social media advertising, firstly, it allows you to target and retarget ideal consumers. With sophisticated targeting capabilities. Social media platforms like Facebook help you target your ideal buyers, which allows you to drive more relevant traffic to your site. And this is the best way to get the most out of your marketing spend. So, again, why should we use social advertising? Well, people on social media. You can increase your brand recognition. You can divert traffic to your site. You can reach specific target audiences on different social media sites. You can target and retarget ideal customers. It's cheap, cost effective, and in many cases free. You'll be able to generate leads. And that is why you should use social advertising. So now we'll move on to a question. What are the main differences between organic and paid social media? What do you think? Please do let myself and Danny know in the chat what are the main differences that you think organic and paid social media. So, organic social media versus paid social media. So, firstly, organic social media, the views, the actions, and the clicks from posts are completely free. While paid social media, you pay for views, actions, and clicks from posts or ads. The content appears on your business profile and is in people's newsfeeds. That is organic social media. Whereas with paid social media, your ads can appear in more places. You can reach more people and they don't necessarily need to follow you. Whereas with organic social media, you can only reach your followers and friends of your followers. That is true. Granted, organic is slow but lasts longer versus paid, which is instant. You can even do both organic social media and paid social media in conjunction with one another. So now let's look at a process for social media advertising. Again, you need to choose your objective, you need to choose your audience, you need to create your ad, and you need to set your budget. So now we'll be pausing for some questions. If you have any, please do let me know in the comment section, and Danny will respond accordingly. All right, guys. Now I'd like you to really think, what are your next steps? Because today's session is really just the beginning. What is one thing that you are going to do or that you are going to change following the session? Are you going to start your own Facebook page? Are you perhaps going to list your business on Google My Business? Make use of the website building tool. Remember, it's free. What will you do? What will you implement first? Please do let us know in the chat. And then finally, guys, you can find us on social media. My moderator, Danny, will drop the links in the chat. So you can find us on Twitter at twitter.com/digital skills AF. You can follow us on Facebook at facebook.com digital skills for Africa, on Instagram, instagram.com/digital skills AF. So again, thank you guys so much for coming today. I really hope you enjoyed this session. Again, if you've got any questions, you can drop them in the chat and Danny will respond accordingly. So I'll just leave this on for a few more minutes for those who have any questions. If you've got any feedback for myself or Danny, please do let us know. If there's anything else that you'd like to learn more about, do let us know. And then I'd just like to thank everyone for being so active in the comment section. I really do appreciate it. All right, I think that is the end of our session. Again, thank you so much, guys, for joining. This has been a powerful, impactful session. I've learned a lot. I hope you have too. And enjoy the rest of your day.
Just hold on.